House Speaker Rebecca Lockhart is enjoying a little sunshine and fresh air this time of year. After all, 7 weeks just passed, during which she and other lawmakers rarely saw the light of day.
I don't really, a lot of times, get to see the sun, if you will. So it's kind of, I'm up before the sun comes up. I'm usually here just as the sun is coming over the mountain, and then generally it's dark by the time I leave. So.
Now she looks back on those 7 dark, hectic weeks inside the chambers.
Was it a good session?
I think it was a great session. It was a great session.
Even though it began with the resignations of 5 members of the Utah House.
Luckily, none of those resignations were for scandalous, kinds of things. Those were people who, had decided to run for a different office.
In fact, there wasn't much scandal at all in this session.
What were you most proud of?
Probably that we had no big, horrible, not scandal, but controversy, I guess you could say. I mean, there were certain issues where, there was some controversy, where there was a lot of discussion, a lot of debate. Some of those controversial type things didn't pass, and some of them did.
The subject of alcohol always stirs emotions among Utahns, but this year the only changes on the Hill came in the way alcohol sales would be managed in the state. Another controversial subject was watched closely by Utah cities, the regulation of billboards. And what did lawmakers do?
Oh, billboards. Nothing.
That's right.
Nothing. See, a controversial issue that the House took a position on. We felt pretty strongly. I think we came down more on the side of property rights. And the bill went over to the Senate, and the Senate mulled it around a bit, had some debates, and in the end, the bill did not pass. And so there you have it, a controversial issue that we took and we put it through the process and decided not to do anything.
What did pass that you're particularly pleased with?
Oh, the budget.
That's always a big one.
I'm really pleased about the budget.
They also put more money into the rainy day fund.
We didn't spend it all, right? We put some back into the rainy day fund, which is wonderful because the economy cycles. So we're coming out of this very slowly, and hopefully we'll continue to come out of it. But it's going to happen again. We'll have a downturn.
Another change is one that may be noticed by every Utahn: tighter restrictions on igniting fireworks.
We shortened the hours that you can set them off and the days. This is, I think, is another good example of the way the legislature works when it's working properly. Is that we pass legislation and we see what happens, and we have a lot of complaints. People upset that the fireworks were going off at 2 a.m. Those kinds of things, which was under the law was legal. Some of the cities concerned about that. Pet owners, their pets, it freaks your pet out. So came back this year and made some adjustments. Worked with the cities, worked with the fire marshal, and made some changes. So
you were listening to your people.
We were listening. Yeah, I mean, we do that. We do that.
In Representative Lockhart's second year as Speaker of the House, she too made some changes. She made a strong effort to show confidence in individual members and the positions they held.
This year, I was more comfortable, and the body was more comfortable with this way of doing business. My committee chairs were empowered, and they knew that I would back them up if they decided to not hear a bill, or if they decided to wait on a bill, or if the Rules Committee decided to not let a bill go out to committee. I would be okay with that I wasn't going to come down on them, that I wasn't going to be the dictator, if you will. I wasn't going to demand certain things, and I would back them up on their decisions. And I think they responded well to that.
Now, looking back, Speaker Lockhart says it was a good session. In fact, almost anticlimactic.
Generally, it was very calm and methodic, and people got along. I was just really pleased.
For the Utah League of Cities and Towns, I'm Susan Wood.